Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. I did see Ziggy in the chat as well as Palm Patrol, Find Summer's Truth, Lisa Kleckner, thank you, all of you. Pen 1010, thank you. Miss Justice and Carrie, I did see you as well come in. Thank you very much. And even though she's not here at the moment, I'm sure she will be come along if I'm on late enough. But of course, we do have uh, my apologies, drawing a mental blank. Oh my goodness, this is so horrible. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just drawing a mental blank. I'm forgetting somebody's name. I apologize. I'm horrible with names. But anyway, I have one matter of business. I wasn't planning on doing this. This was going to be a completely lighthearted night. But I just changed my mind a moment ago. Hello, Robin. How are you tonight? Crazy Chicken Lady, thank you very much for coming out. If you follow Crazy Farm, if you follow Daisy, please, with my full permission, recommend that she watch my channel and timestamp this moment. Daisy, it's about time you shut your mouth. With all due respect, you speak of not what you know. You place yourself in a very dangerous and precarious situation. You speak out of both sides of your mouth with a split tongue. You speak with a spirit that I cannot speak for other creators, but you offended me. When you were blasting somebody else, when you were blasting another creator about their usage of paranormal, because I personally also find paranormal to be a useful tool. Not only it's an interesting tool when it comes to investigations of a missing child or missing person, but more so that I can go and investigate a house and I can identify the spirit that's in there that's causing negative. It's causing negative to the persons that are living there. You want to go around and try to rebuke the spirit that's in other people. Again, I speak for myself. Other creators may agree. But I rebuke the spirit that's in you because you are the one that needs help. If you follow Daisy, that's the end of the timestamp. I said that in the chat before I got started. This is going to be a very lighthearted night. And I promise you it is. To the point where if you believe in lighting incense, lighting candles, creating your own atmosphere of relaxation, whether it being burning sage, whether it be in having a candle that's eucalyptus and spearmint scented, or whatever scent that you find the most relaxing, go ahead and light that candle tonight. Light that incense. Because tonight's all about relaxing. We're just here to have a conversation tonight. Whatever's on your mind and your heart and you want to talk about, that's what we're here to do tonight. because there's enough stress going on and evil going on that whether it be, the drama that has gone on in the past 48, 72 hours, and I'm not placing blame on anybody, or it's the fact that you're in Florida and you're so stressed out from the storm, and or just the news being inundated with news about the storm that's in the Gulf, and it's going to be a major storm. Tonight's about just relaxing. All the preparation's done. All the planning is done. If you're in Florida, you've headed inland already, I hope, and out of the track of the storm. But tonight's all about just having a peaceful mind. And to give you an example of what I'm talking about, ladies, I need your help tonight. For those who don't know, I actually have extremely long hair, like to the point where it goes down to the crack of my butt. And I don't know if it's just the weather or something's changed in the water, but all of a sudden lately, my hair has felt like straw. I use shampoo and conditioner. I don't cheap out on that. It's not the dollar store brand. Do you have any suggestions? And by the way, if you want to join me, the links in the been posted up at the top of the chat. It's pinned up top. Anybody is welcome to come up and join me tonight. Like I said, it's about you tonight. It's about relaxing and unstressing, de-stressing tonight. The water's not changed. I've lived in the same place for almost 3 years. The only thing that has recently changed is that the shower head needed to be replaced. And it's supposed to be a gentler, low pressure, water saver type of shower head. I don't have any issues with it. I use herbal essence for both. And I've used the same scent, I guess you could say, for about 6 months now. But I've only had problems with my hair in the past 3. Miss Justice, I wash my hair first thing in the shower, and I put conditioner in it as soon as I rinse the soap out. Then I don't rinse the conditioner out to the last thing I do. Surprisingly, I haven't gone to the pool this summer. Maybe that's it. Maybe I need to change my shampoo and conditioner. That's a good point, Cat's Eyes. Thank you. Rinse it with apple cider vinegar. I've not heard of that one. That's interesting. I do have apple cider vinegar. I'll have to try that. There, just so everybody can see that what I'm talking about with somebody, hair curlers in crime said, rinse it with apple cider vinegar. My skin's okay. I don't have any ongoing issues. No, I've not had any. I'm not on any long term care medication. The only thing I take is occasionally take ibuprofen for pain or migraines, but I'm good. Lisa Kleckner, thank you very much. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. And how you doing, Huntress? Thank you for coming in. Imagine Peace, I think you snuck in and I didn't say hi to you either. Cat, Country Girl, Gina M. Thank you all for coming in. Little Miss Sunshine. The only thing I've had done, and I was actually just thinking about this earlier, it'll be 5 years a week before Thanksgiving this year. It was I had my gallbladder removed, but that's 5 years ago. It shouldn't be now showing up signs. Okay, that's an interesting tip. A hair curl is in crime. Thank you very much. See, that's like the only thing I had like agenda wise to discuss tonight is we getting to like a little bit of a life hacks conversation, and that's definitely going to be a life hack. Apple cider vinegar. Rinse your hair with apple cider vinegar. I don't think I've ever had my hair trimmed. There's two things I have a unnatural phobia of, and one of them I think is just being a guy. To be honest, I hate going to a doctor of any kind. The other one is I hate going to a barber shop. Walk in there with a ponytail and or even a salon, and they're like, "What's this guy doing with hair all the way down to his behind and a beard like that's well currently at my shoulders. It's been longer and it will be longer again soon." But they're just two unnatural what do you want to call it? There's another word for it. Uh, they're just unnatural phobias. They just well, hair colors and crime. I live in the South. I live in Tennessee. So it's kind of like it's kind of like not I'm gonna don't want to say double standard. I want to say, but it's more like the old the old what is it, Sesame Street? Which one of these things don't belong? Country girl, I don't have a camera. I swear, I don't have a camera. Hi, Jam 420. How are you? No, nope. Yeah. So people, you can ask Huntress. She's the one that came up with this. Actually, I believe she says that she saw me the first time when she hears me speak. My first impression to her was that I was a suit and tie, three-piece suit type of person. But I'm the complete opposite. I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of person. So imagine piece. I built my own computer and I just never bought a camera for it. And I just have never gotten motivated to buy one. And to be honest, it's partly because of following Summer Wells and putting a lot of content about Summer Wells out there. And and because there was a lot of threats, and still there are some threats that go around to locals to not be putting information that I put out there. I try to keep a little bit of anonymity because of that. And it's no disrespect to anybody. If you honestly want to see a picture of me, go to find video of first the very first the 1 year celebration for Summer Wells that Robin had put on. There was a camera person standing to my right about 10, maybe 15 feet. And then one standing across the circle from me that they both had said that I reminded them of Jackie Dobbs. I believe that's the right name. Dobson? Dotson? No. Well, anyway, Jackie. Yes. Imagine Peace. Yes. And that person that they were confusing for Jackie was actually me. And I do have a witness that that's what was going on. But didn't they say that I looked like they thought I was Jackie Dobbs? Now, if you look up and find that clip that I'm talking about, please understand I've actually shaved my beard off one time and I'm regrowing it because it just I only like my beard to let it be to get so long and have to trim it, and then every once in a while I've got to shave it off because just ladies, I know that you're gonna not understand this completely, but you just got to get the old dead skin that's been building up off your face. To have a beard that goes down to your mid sternum or to the end of your sternum, it takes a while to get that long. No matter how much soap and washing it does, you don't always get the skin out. Yes. So Carrie has actually met me in person. It just okay. So you go through a couple different stages with growing a beard. When it first grows in, it's itchy for some people, and then after it grows and gets so long, it's you got to, even though you can wash your face as much, exfoliating doesn't do it. Exfoliating doesn't do it. I use a loofah. I use good body wash. I wash it with shampoo. It just, there's a point where the skin just builds up and you got to get it off. Otherwise, it's unhealthy for you. TCC Dumpling, how are you doing tonight? uh, uh, Miss Justice, you never know where this tonight's going to go. Huntress of throat. That's one way of seeing it. In Sherry's opinion, we're talking about life tonight. We're just talking about life. Is Trev time in here? A pair of black jogging pants. You'll probably see some sand or dirt on my left side. I don't remember what shirt I was wearing, to be honest. Oh, Sheba Mom, I'm so sorry. Somebody said hi to Trev, or Betty Smith. You said hi to Trev. I thought somebody was the Trev time was in here. Okay, so a bit of a long story. So the area that Summer Wells, in fact, let me go ahead and pull this up. Uh do I have a map already set for this? No, I do not. Bear with me a moment. The best way to explain this is to show you on a map. Again, have no agenda. We're just talking, and this is just a visual. It needs a visual, a little bit of a visual to help. Um, Apologies. Bear with me just in a moment. Again, if anybody wants to join me, they're more than welcome to do so. The link is pinned at the top. We're just having a rather relaxed conversation tonight. There's just too much stress and too much negative, and we're just going to have a positive night tonight and have a good time and just have a great conversation. That's what we're going to do. Yep. There we go. So, is anybody or everybody familiar where this is? But back out a little bit. Does it make more sense where this is? Yes, 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 yes. More specifically, this is the place where Summer went swimming. Yes, the horse pond, Cat's Eyes, exactly. All right, so every single time you saw what was going on in this place, it was over in this area here. Summer would have been swimming in this area here. Well, when I went there on June 15th, 2021, my intention was to explore the area, not just to see what the memorial was that everybody was making up and putting the little mementos and items down. My intention was just explore the area. This area over here, I hope you can see it because of my pink mouse cursor, is an area of land or area that you cannot go and you can't go and walk through. You can't stand there. It's quick mud. It's quick mud, meaning that as soon as you step down into it or step on it, you're going to sink. For me, I went knee deep. And when I was standing right about here, I was knee deep in mud. Linz Taylor, thank you very much for coming out tonight. Thankfully, I was able to make it over to this log that was sitting here and found a area, no, not quicksand, quick mud. It's similar to quicksand, except for when you step down into it, it turns into mud that you sink knee deep, or at least I sunk knee deep into. I was able to get to this log here, and found my way back over to this area where the memorial was and everything was without needing any assistance. Although I did scare Carrie, I will say that. But nothing can happen in this area because it's similar to quicksand, except for it just turns into a thick mud as soon as you step down into it or step on it. Right. Yeah, it's pure mud, but it didn't look. It didn't look like it was mud. It looked like it was just like a sandy beach area until you stepped on it. Miss Justice, you're right. That would have been bad. But that's why I say I had probably had a little bit of dirt on my leg because I tried to knock it off and I probably missed some sand or whatnot throughout so, you know. But during the memorial that Robin and the church had, I pretty much was standing in this area over here. Right here. But there are places on the beach here that cars would sink into, never to be found. You know, I believe I used to live in the Philadelphia metro area, and it was kind of like a tradition that people would go and go out into the Pine Barrens, which are part of South Jersey. If you're not familiar with that, it's just a area of ground that's pine trees everywhere, very sandy land. And if you went down the wrong sand trail in a vehicle, it was you ran into something called soft sand, and it was worse than getting stuck in snow or on ice, where your tires would just spin and spin and spin and get no traction. That's exactly what the quicksand, the soft sand would do, and you just bog your vehicle down. So I completely understand that. um, yeah, cat's eyes. I get that. That's not a problem. My hair's grown a little bit. Like I said, I've shaved my beard and regrown it, and it's about the length of my shoulder, my collarbone now. But it'll get back down to my. It probably will get back down to my sternum this winter. Penn 1010, there's actually some really good areas to go canoeing in New Jersey, especially if you to go to do the Delaware Water Gap. That is an amazing area to go canoeing through. You're trying to focus on the mud. Why are you trying to focus on the mud? Cat's eyes, you got to explain that one. Why are you trying to focus on the mud? Oh, you mean like to try to find me? By the time that uh, the Robbins Church and the church memorial or celebration they had going, I'm pretty sure I had most of the sand or mud off of even my shoes. Um, so I really don't think you would find anything. Uh, well, I'm not gonna say it's not. I mean, it's true. My hair's long. My hair's long. I'm not gonna lie about it. All right. So going back to, I've noticed, Miss Justice. I've noticed. Country girl. I figured that out as well. Yeah. Well, she's gonna see a beard. So hate to disappoint there, but she's gonna see a beard. Well, if you like people that look like they're a typical biker but just don't have tattoos, you're looking for a picture of me, then you might find me. Justin for all, how you doing tonight? Again, we're just having a loosey goosey kind of just chill type of night. It just feels like it's the appropriate thing to do right now with so much negativity going on and um, Sheba Mom, no, I'm not doing a reveal. Ginger Snaps, hello, how are you? It's been a long time. It's been a long time since somebody caught me on camera. And nobody ever knew that it was me. Any of the creators that are here, if you want to join me and pop up and say hello, link pinned at the top, you're more than welcome to grab it. Honestly, country girl, I don't. I truly do not. She was here, but I don't know where she went to. I don't think she's live or anything like that. Um, she might be just off in the distance and leaving, listening. So I'm near a window that's open, and I'm probably about 20 feet or so from a tree line area. And what you're hearing is cicadas in the trees. Oh no, you got Huntress wondering now. Huntress actually has been curious what I look like for a while as well. So, okay, Ginger Snaps. That's a regional name, I'm sure. But let's get back to life hacks. So, you guys were telling me apple cider vinegar. What other life hacks do you in your like do you like to use? I just actually found one myself that I never knew. If you have like the kind of can opener that you would use to open up like a Libby's juice can, if you know what that mean, what I mean by that, it's the ones that got a little bit of a hook, and then on the top of it, it's pointed So it will actually pierce the lid of the top of the can. I have dexterity issues. And I have a struggle opening the vacuum sealed jars. If you take the hook end and get it underneath and get it to grab onto the edge of the lid, and with just a little bit of pressure, a little bit of twisting or bending it, so it will actually bend the lid a little bit to release the vacuum seal, so it's easier to open the lid. That's a life hack that I just recently realized. Imagine Peace, thank you very much. Oh, Justin, I used to live in Massachusetts. I'm not going to say where, but I used to live in Massachusetts. And it was on the edge of the snow belt coming off where I live was the very edge of the snow belt coming off the Great Lakes. And then anytime we had a storm that was a nor'easter going up the coast, man, we get hit by both sides. I've seen it snow and drop a snow squall coming in from the coming off of the mountains and coming through the snow belt, and in 20 minutes time it'll snow, give you a whiteout and drop 6 inches. True crime obsessed, very, very true. This only works with a wooden spoon, and it can't be a bamboo spoon. I found it has to be just a regular old wooden spoon. And you lay it across the spatula like spaghetti, something that when it boils and you have it starchy, you put it across the top of the. And it doesn't have to be across like the middle. It could be just like across a third of the way. But you put a wooden spoon laying across it, and it will never boil over. That's a very true one. Cat's Eye saying, is that to rinse your hair with beer? Yes. Carrie is putting up Summer Moon Utah Wells. And even though we're just having a chill night tonight, she's right. Don't let her thoughts, don't let her out of your thoughts. Summer Moon Utah Wells, 6/15/2021, Rogersville, Tennessee. White female, blonde hair, blue eyes, 40 pounds and 3 feet tall. Last seen wearing gray pants, pink shirt, possibly barefoot. Contact for the sheriff's office, which is 423-272-7121, or 1-800-TBI-FIND. Huntress, it does snow in the south. I know it snows in the south. When I lived in Alabama, and I'm not going to say what town, but it was deep Alabama, we had a half of inch of snow that caused a state of emergency. Yes, folks, I said a half of an inch of snow caused a state of emergency. Okay, you got it. Now that is very interesting. Clogged toilet, a few drops of Dawn detergent, and hot water. Presto, it goes down. Well, considering I just had my kitchen torn apart and the plumbing in the wall um, replaced today, I really want to know if that works for sinks as well, because I don't need my kitchen being torn apart because of 50-year-old um, raw iron rusting out. Very see something, say something. Very little snow in the South. I lived in North Alabama, rare event, but boy, does everything shut down at the mere mention of a snowflake. Yes, and I have a funny feeling it's gonna happen again this year. I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe, and I've predicted snowstorms in the past. I've predicted the past two winters. I've been pretty accurate with where it was going to snow and how bad it was going to be for my area. To the point where I was predicting the snowstorms were going to happen about a week before they even showed up on the map. But I got a funny feeling that this year it's going to be one of those years where the Mid Atlantic states and the Carolinas and Tennessee is going to land up with a bad winter, like almost as much snow as what a New England state may get in a year. And then New England states are just going to be nastily cold, and very little to no snow. We are a big believer in Ryan Hall here. Um, Ryan Hall was actually on just a little while ago. And and I'm not saying he's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing tonight with this like this de-stress. Let's just relax and talk tonight kind of night. Yeah, sorry, Ginger Snaps. I hate I like snow, but I know how Mid Atlantic and Carolina states do not like snow, or at least the southern part of Tennessee. Even though Tennessee will get snow, especially in the mountains, but um, not talking about the hurricane or anything like that. But if you live in an area near the Gulf, tomorrow's going to be a pretty big day to watch Ryan Hall. believe it's actually worse than that. It's worse than that. What's going to happen next within the next 48 hours in the Gulf Coast area? I have true crime obsession. I have never had anybody that makes that taste good. I know it's something about adding a whole milk or cream to snow, and it's supposed to be like really great. I just don't get it. Yeah. True crime obsession. Absolutely. Don't get the yellow snow. Mhm. Thankfully, that's like a week away. Hmm. Anyway. Carrie, please do not take offense to this. I promise this doesn't apply to you. There is a certain state, and I'm not saying the state because I don't want anybody thinking I just dox Carrie. There's a certain state that doesn't know how to drive in any weather at all. Like literally does not know how to drive in any weather at all. It could be sunny, bright, beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, and they lose their head and forget how to drive. No, that they're no, no, no. I'm not telling which state. I'm not telling which state. You can guess all you want, but I'm not telling which state. And the worse the weather gets, the worse their driving gets. And it's mainly the people that live along the borders, the southern border of the state, and then and the eastern border, northeastern border of the state. They just lose their minds. It's unbelievable. The reason I am saying this is that for about 18 months, I actually drove 18 wheelers in an area of the country that's called the Northeast Quarter. Basically, it's anything east of Ohio and north of um, um, the Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia border, and it goes all the way up into Canada, even. And I have never ever seen worse driving in my life. than this particular state. And again, I'm not saying the state, or I'm not saying which state exactly it is, I should say. I actually drove in Boston. I've driven in New York City. I've driven in Philadelphia because I lived in Philadelphia. I lived in all three of those metro areas at one point. But they have a controlled chaos. They have a controlled chaos where everybody knows the flow of where everything goes, and you just make your way in, and you go with the flow. If you don't, you're going to be the problem. Carrie, yes. And she's not talking about a motorcycle. She's actually talking like a 10 speed bicycle. Well, so I live in Hawkins County, and I never have denied that. Never hid that. And but the the mountain areas, the reason, like my area, the reason they will close down the roads or close down schools so quickly for a little bit of ice and snow is because there's so many back roads and mountain roads that um, uh, buses will have to go on, that it's just not safe for them. And so they'll just close the school for a day or two if they need. And um, when the roads finally get salted or cleared up enough that it's safe, then they'll resume school. It's not like living in the Northeast where if you wake up one morning and the snow's covering your tires, you dig out within a couple hours and you go on with your life as if nothing happened. They don't have the equipment down here to handle that kind of snow in one storm. Okay, I did recently see a car cross over a few lanes of a freeway, sideswipe a car, cause sparks, and continuing on driving like nothing just happened. Tennessee, nighttime driving, scary. Now, I'm not saying Tennessee doesn't have a few bad drivers. All states have a few bad drivers. I wouldn't want to. Honestly, I do not want to ever experience driving in California. It's not my cup of tea or not within my interest to sit on a highway for 2 hours to get 30 miles. Yes, a few. A few. I said a few true crime obsession. It happened in the spring. Well, that wasn't too far ago. We're at the end of the getting close to the end of summer, so that was about 3 to 4 months, maybe 5 months ago. True Crime and Other Stuff. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in. Tonight's a very chill night, very relaxed, and we're just having a good time, just talking. I don't think I'll ever be out that way. The only reason I would have interest in going to the West Coast, and this is just honest, is two reasons. Um, a little known fact about me: I actually Comic Cons just to go walk around. I people watch more than anything else. Go to San Diego Comic Con because I hear that's just huge and like way over the top. And then the other reason would be to catch a cruise to go see Alaska. That's a bucket list item for me. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. I really don't have interest. Like, I would have absolutely no interest in going to LA. No interest in to go to Hollywood. To me, it would be a bigger thing to go to Broadway up in New York City. And that's pretty much washed out and done with now because New York City is falling apart left and right. No, Miss Justice, I was not. Would not be. And quite frankly, I never watched that show. I've seen clips of like highlights of it on YouTube, but I've never watched that show. I really am not a TV person. Kind of one of those deals where if I put something on TV or I pay for Sling because of football season, I'm a big, huge football fan. And I'll watch football, but I'm not a TV person. Sorry, folks. I need to take a second to clean my glasses. They're getting a little fogged up on me. It's actually really, really humid tonight. Usually, if I fall asleep with TV on or the Sling app or whatever, it's usually a show I've probably watched about 300 times. I just like the show. It's just a very simple, clean show, decent message, good show, and it was actually filmed and produced in Canada. And no, it was not Supernatural. But if I'm watching TV, but normally when I fall asleep, it's a YouTube. Uh, Usually, it's one of those ASMR sound waves or ASMR the holistic chakra videos. Sorry about that, everybody. I just bounced myself in the studio for a second. But see something, say something. Yes, yes. I remember them 100%. And the ones where they would be from the say there was a music from the dining the good old diners with the jukebox. True crime obsession. I do not. That is not something that's in my forte. Um, I do not deny that I have interest in paranormal. However, my interest in paranormal, and please don't anybody get offended by this and run away. I don't use this when I talk about true crime. Um, I'm not into tarot, but I have a unique ability to see and speak with spirits, or shall I say, they like to speak to me. Sometimes. Honestly, if you want to go catch somebody that can do a good job with tarot, uh, Empress Ziggy. She was in the chat earlier. She has her own channel, of course, but she has an alternate channel, Empress Ziggy. She actually does a good job with tarot cards. Yeah, Cat's Eyes. I've had I've had some hesitation, some pause about that. I am going to do that, and that is going to start. But I just, even though I put the channel out there, or started the channel on it, I just don't feel it's the right moment yet. True crime obsession, no. So I do use a spirit box, and that's again for the other channel, not for here. Um, I have gotten cussed out, and I have heard evil spirits. Usually, when that happens, I shut it down, or my spirit guides will actually tell me that's enough, and they'll warn me. It's kind of one of those deals where true crime obsession. It's kind of one of those deals where it's never going to be 100% safe. think of it this way: you go to an amusement park and you take a ride on the Ferris wheel. There's always an inherent risk that you subconsciously accept that something could happen when you're on that Ferris wheel. But it's about preparedness. I study a lot of demonology. I study a lot of religion. I don't declare myself to be one religion or the other. I believe in heaven. I believe in hell. I believe in God. I believe in the devil. I believe all of that. But it's a matter of being prepared to handle a situation level headed to me and being in keeping yourself in control of that situation, not letting your emotion outrun the situation. And that's why I study what I study within religion and demonology and things like that. If I understand what's going on, I may know how to properly respond to it. That is true. That is very true. The only evil spirit that really will is boastful enough to identify itself is Legion. Legion loves his name, her name rather. I'm sorry, it's a her. Legion loves her name to be out there, for her to be known. So she says, see something, say something. Do you think drugs and alcohol open a person up to do? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. 100 times yes. Eh, I'm going to say this, and I don't want to scare anybody, but the other than being in an inebriated state, I see something, say something is suggesting here. Um, the other place that there is a particular place that people are um, that are very very susceptible to attracting a demon is the one place that you would least expect it. The one place that you would least suspect it is a church. And I want you to think about that. Yes, true crime obsession. You're exactly right. A church. So, what type of things can evil spirits do? Like, what harm they can cause? It's a misnomer that they will actually cause harm. If you want to place blame or place say this something was that an evil spirit was a catalyst for an event, then absolutely yes. The Bible has it right. We have free will. At the end of it all, at the end of all of it, we still have to make the choice of yes, we're going to do something, or no, we're not going to do that. So an evil spirit might plant an idea or try to deceive a person into doing something. But we have the free will to say no, that we're not going to comply with that because we know it's not a good outcome. The Pope doesn't do exorcisms. The Catholic Church denies that they do exorcisms. But there are priests that are hidden within the Catholic Church that will. True crime session. That you're right, Miss Justice. She had an excellent question there. Oh, TCCT Dumpling, what are you making good? Yes, yes, they can possess you. Yes, but it's more of they're not going to actually inflict harm on you, or because you still have that free will. So Louisiana Girl 61, RJ, can any can pick up conspiracy talking? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Anything electronic can pick up EVP or spirits talking or anything like that. The digital technology that has come out recently, instead of it being the analog technology, you can literally take one of those cheap $20 recorders that you can pick up at Walmart, record on it, and play back. And if you have something going on and you're meant to pick up what is going on, then yes, you will hear it. Yes. Yes. Betty Smith, that's exactly how a spirit, evil spirit will try to talk to you. It's they whisper in your ear. Think of the old TV shows where or cartoons. I kind of think of the Fred Flintstone cartoons, where an angel and the devil all of a sudden appeared on each shoulder and they just talked into his ear. G Crime. Kind of skipped what you said. I did see a comment here. Hang on one second. Thank you very much. Appreciate you for being from Australia. Tonight we're having just a completely different night. There's been just a lot of stress and a lot of negative energy, and we're just having a de-stress night where we're just chilling out and having a conversation tonight. TCCT dumpling, just some Velveeta skillets, the Philly cheesesteak one. Do you not know the secret to a Philly cheesesteak? Does a pescatarian got to teach you what the secret to a Philly cheesesteak is? Uh, I don't do Netflix, so I don't know what that movie or the TV show you're talking about is. Let's see here. TCCT Dumpling. It is going to be about stuff paranormal and related to um, investigating locations and eventually houses, hopefully, about spirits that are present there. But it's not going to be just like investigating places and spirits. It's going to be about having. There was a TV show on TLC where they had kids and matched them up with. I can't remember his name. Um, it was actually a medium, a really good medium, and they took the TV show off the air because I don't know, but it's going to kind of be like have a bit of a place where if a parent doesn't understand what's going on with a child, or a child doesn't understand what's going on with them, they can see spirits, they can talk to people that nobody else sees, and they're developing that sixth sense, that a place where somebody can come ask questions with no judgment on them, good truthful knowledge being given to them to help them. Sometimes removing yourself from a situation like that is the best thing to happen, or best thing to do, especially if you find yourself being in a place that you're unsure if you don't feel safe or secure, because that's a vulnerability that can be taken advantage of. Awesome. Awesome. True crime and other stuff. Thank you very much for coming out. I appreciate you. Um, what you've been hearing since you came in was not I set no agenda for tonight, so we've been just all over the place with conversation, so we just happen to be where we were at the moment. I'm glad to hear that, true crime obsession. Oh, no, I'm not gonna stop. I'm going with the flow type of night. Again, if anybody wants to join me, there is the link pinned at the top. You're more than welcome to grab it. Only one thing that possesses you. Pancakes from IHOP. No, yeah, that's true. That's true. I still owe you a pancake lunch. When you say there's only one thing that possesses you, my mind went to no. I don't think anything possesses you, but I know of a place that entrances you. Betty Smith, then you need to go to Waffle House. They make better waffles than IHOP does. Guys, please forgive me. I need to step away for just a minute. I will be right back. Please continue to talk amongst yourselves. I apologize. My apologies, ladies. I'm back. Thank you very much for being patient with me. Was that your question that you were asking me? That you said is an important question? Because if that is your question, no, I'm not a dream analysis. Yeah, I needed a timeout. If you guys haven't already figured out, I drink water like I'm a fish. Um, it's just it's either that or Gatorade, and Gatorade's actually not always the best thing for you to drink. If I can't drink, if I can't drink water, I want cream soda. Louisiana girl, I'll give you a little bit of advice. Go with the digital recorder, like I suggested. Like I was saying, you can get it at Walmart for like $20. Just listen at first. If you have problems or don't like what you're hearing, or you're not understanding what it's saying, email me. I'd be more than happy to sit down and like set up a private conversation on StreamYard with you. Nobody else will know. It won't be recorded anywhere. And would be more than happy to listen with you and see if I can pick up what's going on, if there's anything significant going on. It might be because if you're not used to connecting or knowing how to connecting to spirits and communicating with them, it might come across a bunch of gibberish. But if you have something evil or demonic going on, it wouldn't be gibberish in that case. It would be its intent would be clear. Hello, Miss Dumpling. How are you?
I'm slow again. Hold on. Let me try to fix my camera.
You're fine.
Okay, we just did a late dinner, and I thought I haven't been up here before, so I need to hop up here and hang out for a minute.
Oh, thank you. Well, yes, you were. You were up here on my birthday.
Yeah. That didn't count. That was like a few seconds.
Well, yeah. Well.
Well, okay. So what I wanted to say, someone in chat, they asked, do you have any stories about encounters with spirits or whatever you want to call them?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any?
Do I have any? Yeah.
Ooh.
So it started with, like, for me, it always was a thing. Like, you know how a lot of people will growing up when they're like their toddler age, they'll have an imaginary friend.
Yes.
Well, my imaginary friend never went away.
Oh, wow. More like a guardian angel, huh?
Right, exactly. It was actually a spirit guide, and I was so infatuated with the cartoon Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
That when I was a toddler, he told me to call him Mighty Mouse, or say that I was talking to Mighty Mouse.
Oh.
So nobody would ever think twice about about me being like crazy or something wrong.
Yeah.
It was just an imaginary friend that I had named Mighty Mouse.
And he never went away.
Exactly. And cool. to this day, he tells me his name's Mighty Mouse.
Oh. Well, Cat's Eye says that's your spirit guide.
Yes, that is one of them.
That's awesome. Okay, a spirit guide. I've heard of. I watch. I don't know how any of you feel about psychics. I don't even have an opinion on them, so y'all don't judge me. But I watch the Psychic Sleuth, and she talks about her spirit guides. Apparently, she says one of hers is Ted Bundy. I think someone said. I was like, "What? You've got to be kidding me!" So I haven't heard that other than her. So that's interesting to hear.
Yeah. So my spirit guides are Mighty Mouse and my maternal grandmother and grandfather.
Oh.
And my grandfather is the one that will actually be the one to tell me that's enough. And warn me that something's coming that I don't need to be dealing with.
Oh.
He's the one that will warn me that I need to stop. I'm going too far.
So having those, I'm sure you already know, that means you're gifted. You're gifted.
And I know that, yeah.
Many, people, how do I say this? Only spiritual people who have gifts even know that they have a spirit guide. Mm-hmm. So you better not waste your gift. You better start sharing this. Get that channel going. I want to hear more about it.
I definitely will. I made the channel, and then like I don't know. Something's just been holding me back. Like tell me it's not time yet.
Yeah, not the right time.
And that's all that it's been. It's just it's not time yet. Even though it's in the plans, it's just not time yet. And it's time. When I do anything like with spirits, it's like they keep saying, "Wait for the winter."
Oh yeah, my camera's still acting weird. Let me try to close it up. So maybe you're gonna be sitting there one night and you're gonna think, "Hey, let's do this." You're gonna get your intuition's gonna tell you it's time.
Yep, and that's what I figure it's going to be.
That's cool. That's cool. So, True Crime Obsession was talking about her experience in chat.
Mm-hmm.
She said,
"Here, hang on one second. Is this what you're talking about?"
Yeah,
she had experience after her brother-in-law passed.
Yes.
I laugh about it, but things kept happening, and I said, "Are you scaring me?"
I said,
love you, but please stop.
Yeah, she told him. She said, "You're scaring me. I love you, but stop."
So, let me ask you this, and True Crime. I'm not trying to scare you. Please, I'm not trying to scare you.
I think True Crime has some of the toughest skin. The True Crime community has some of the toughest skin you could have out there. So I think you're good. Hopefully.
There was an item on a desk.
On mine?
I want to say it was. Oh boy. It's an item on the desk. It sat on the right-hand side back, like against the wall.
Are you talking
about him. It was his.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking to True Crime Obsession.
Oh, you just scared I was like, wait, what?
I'm talking to True Crime Obsession. Hang on.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
I'm not saying what it is, but I'm saying like that's its location. And it kept getting moved. And you were like the only person that would notice it got moved.
Oh, I'm freaking out over here.
True Crime Obsession. Is that what's going on with this object?
Shh, we're in the middle of something, May.
She's not answering. I think I scared her.
No, you didn't scare her. You didn't scare her. She's probably like, what? She answered you. My cats are really going crazy right now. They never do this. Like,
yeah, I'm like almost exactly like right on with where it was. It was, you had your desk against the wall, and it was in the right-hand corner against the wall. He wasn't trying to scare you at all. He was just trying to let you know that he's there with you. And he's still there with you. He stayed with you.
Oh.
I can't see exactly what the object is, but I can see like something leaning against the wall in that location. What was it? Please tell me, because I'm like, it's like it's not. It's like almost like it's like I'm not supposed to know, but it's supposed to be like a validation for you to tell me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was seeing some sort of metal tin, but I didn't understand what it was. Oh, okay. There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Oh,
it
I'm so
wasn't
glad.
your desk, it was your sewing machine. Is that what it was? The cabinet for your sewing machine?
I think she's a little bit shocked right now. It's
Yeah.
very emotional. It's very
It
emotional.
is. It is. And it's not just emotional for the person that I can just like that do that for. Unknowingly that would come to me like that. I can feel the emotion of how much love your brother had for you and that you shared with him. It's an awesome thing. You guys had an awesome bond. He was very much a person. He looked out for you. He protected you always. Oh, he wasn't haunting you. True crime obsession. He wasn't haunting you. When a person goes to heaven, even though some people will tell you they go to heaven, they stay in heaven. That's biblical. What happens that what that's referring to is the biblical event, the end of the revelations, the apocalypse, and all that. You get sealed up in heaven. But when you die, you go to heaven, you get cleansed, and if you have family that you're meant to look after or protect, or you can come back to them.
I love that. So it's really draining for you also because you don't just see the things, you feel all the emotions. It's like
Yes.
their emotions are running through you, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So with me personally, like it doesn't happen with everybody every single time. With me, it's that gets very personal. It gets, I feel the emotion, exactly what you were saying. I feel the emotion. I feel the emotional connection. I feel that, or I see like I described, sometimes I can tell you what the object is like. There was a night that I was in Ziggy's chat and she was doing tarot for somebody. And I started telling them that there was a trinket on their bureau that was their mother's, and the mom was showing me, and that the mom's trying to help the daughter because the daughter needed guidance, and her mom felt like it was her responsibility, and the mom was telling me that she needs to meditate and hold on to that trinket. Why she does so it helps her focus on her mom.
Aww.
But yeah, I have to keep my guard up on some things. Like some things will all just like drop in and happen, just like it just did for true crime. Sometimes it'll just pop out. It'll just come to me. Other times I have to focus more on it. But like the other instance. Hello, Huntress. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Like the other instance I was just telling you about, that just another incident that it just happened. It's not like I was seeking out or trying to find this person, or it just happened. And from what I understand, she has been meditating with that. It was actually I don't want to say costume jewelry, but an inexpensive opal or pearl ring. And she has been doing so.
You know how many people you can help? I'm sure you do, but how many people you've already helped by telling people what comes to you like that? That's such a gift.
It doesn't always happen. That's the thing is like it doesn't always happen, but when it does, it's very powerful, and I'm aware of that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Let's see. True Crime Obsession says when she got out of the hospital, my husband was taking care of her because of her broken ankle. I believe you're talking about your sister, correct? My son has Down syndrome, and he always said if he had a bad day, he could come over, and Chance would lift his spirits. The first thing that happened was Chance's picture fell off the wall to the side of face up. It's there's nothing logical, no logical explanation. That's just like somebody if you have a family member that dies. Oh, you had the broken ankle. My apologies. That's just like somebody if you have a watch, especially like a family heirloom watch, and all of a sudden it stops. And it stops on the exact time that the person that handed it down to you passed away. No matter if you change the battery or not, it's never going to work again. It's because that person had such a magnetized attraction or a connection with that watch that it just broke. It's never going to work again. You can put it in a drawer and put it in like a memory box type of deal. The reason I'm saying that is like the picture falling off the wall is similar to like that, or a clock stopping like that. It's like it's like an acknowledgement to say, yeah, that's me, but I'm not here anymore. No, it's not. It's almost like it's guided down to the ground. It's not going to break.
Just him saying I'm not here, but I am.
Yeah, it's him saying that I'm here. This is me.
Oh, they hopped in late. I was wondering what they were talking about.
We were talking about life hacks, and I was telling them about how earlier that I was having problems with my hair. I have longer hair than you.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And it's tonight. Like it's just how hot and humid it was before I went live tonight. I happened to get a shower, and just a nice cool shower. Washed my hair, got all the ick off from sweating and that kind of thing. Being all humid and everything, and my hair felt like straw with washing it and using conditioner and everything.
Yeah.
So I think that's where that's coming from.
Yeah, I bet so. I'll tell y'all the first. Oh, wait, pause that. My daughter's yelling for me. Sorry.
Gotcha. No, go ahead, take care of it. Huntress is here. She'll talk with me.
Yes, of course.
So, and True Crime Obsession, I'm not pointing this. I'm not trying to use you as an example or anything like that. But for the people that are here, I was at 35 people, and so I scared off some people apparently.
Oh no.
You guys are now witnesses that I am no joke. I am the real deal when it comes to that kind of thing. Like your brother was telling me about that the machine oil.
Okay, sorry. So one of Huntress's biggest fears are ghosts. So she
Yes,
really
but I'm still here. You didn't scare me off.
So I was gonna tell y'all, I thought you'd find it interesting if you want to hear it, RJ. The first time I truly believed in ghosts. So my mom, a really sad story. My dad, he passed away when my mom was in the hospital having me. So they were taking him into the morgue at the bottom of the hospital as she was giving birth to me. And she heard starting right then, okay, and she didn't know about it yet. But my Nana and my aunt heard about it. They called them and told them, but they didn't want to tell her in the middle of delivering, So that she started hearing that night tapping around the whole wall of the hospital room. And then from then on, she always heard tapping around the wall. And she'd tell us all about it. No one else would hear it. And we'd all be like, what are you talking about? Well, we were moving into a new house and I had my son and he was like 3 months old. And they all left me there to go pick up another load of stuff from the old house. Mm-hmm. So I was sitting in the living room alone in this chair. There was like one chair in the living room. And I was holding my son. And I hear in the brand new house, I hear tapping along the whole living room wall, like someone was getting my attention like this. And it was going around me, just around me on the walls. And I was looking, I was like, are the rats? Are the rats? I was like freaking out. I was like, I don't know what to do. I jumped up and ran out of that house. And my mom said, it sounds exactly what I've heard my whole life since your dad passed away. And I was like, oh, okay, I believe you now. And that's the only time I heard it. But there was no other explanation. I lived in that house for 8 years after that and never heard it again. It was just right when I walked in with my son and I was alone. And it was just perfect tapping around the whole, But I thought that's the first time I actually believed in anything paranormal or spiritual, crazy.
So I told you about when I met my first spirit guide. I had to be a toddler. I don't remember exactly how old I was. The next really memorable incident, I was a preteen and we went to Gettysburg. If you've never been to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, it is extremely haunted.
I've heard about it. I've heard about it.
I have too.
I don't know, RJ. I don't know why, but these cats, every one of my cats are trying to jump up here to your voice. Are you an animal lover? They're all like attacking my computer. I'm like,
yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am primarily a cat person. But I've had dogs as well.
Wow. Well, it's crazy. They never do this. I mean, Bonnie is jumping up here trying to get on the computer, and she always leaves me alone. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted you to know that they love your voice or something.
Let's see. So let me just say, Comrie Mom, thank you very much for coming out. I did see your comment, and like I said, I thought you were talking about, may have been back where we were talking about life hacks. If you're catching up with us or watching on replay, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. And that's to anybody else that does watch on replay. I appreciate that. True Crime Obsession. He may have been your brother-in-law, but he didn't see your relationship as brother-in-law, sister-in-law. He saw you like he was your brother. Trev Time, how are you? Yes, I am here. What does smoke mean? Like, are you smelling smoke, or like, do you dream and you see smoke, or give me more information on that, please?
Yeah, that's interesting. I wanted to know. I bet she's seen it. I smell smoke all the time. I smell something burning all the time. That freaks me out. I wonder if she smells it or sees it. Yeah, but I think I interrupted you with my cats about the you were gonna tell us about something that happened in the Pennsylvania when you
no, I was just saying, like, my next experience was Gettysburg. I playing my family was poor growing up. Like vacation, we could only really do day trips. We couldn't go on a vacation. So one year I wanted to go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And so we went for a day to Gettysburg. We stayed overnight and came back the next day because it's a long enough trip where you just to get a full feel of Gettysburg, you can't do in a half of a day. You need a day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw two soldiers fighting each other. And that's all I can. Yes. And a pew pew was fired. That's all I can. That's all I can really say. Yeah, and I saw the one, like there was one chasing down the other, and yeah.
Dang. So you can visually see these things. Oh no. Sorry. So you can visually see these things happening. You can see them, but
yeah.
no one else.
Oh yeah. No, when I say I see and can hear and can, yeah. So
you sound. Listen, if I 100% believe this because you sound exactly like the psychic sleuth, and I believe her when she says there's no denying the things y'all say is true. And you two sound exactly alike when y'all are talking about what y'all experience. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's as if it was like we know that it's not reality, as in it's happening like in the present time, but we still get to witness something that may have happened in history, or something we're meant to understand that others may not, type of deal. Or like you guys just saw me with true crime obsession. How am I supposed to know about a desk and an object leaning against the wall in the right hand corner of the desk? How am I supposed to know something about that?
Yeah, there's no excuse. There's no explanation, not excuse. Trev Tom said
he wasn't telling me what it was. He was just saying it belongs here, and he was like insistent that it was in the right hand corner of the desk against the wall.
That's amazing. So what made you scared of spirits, Huntress? Did anything crazy happen? I've never actually asked her that.
I don't know.
Or it just freaks you out. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, we saw things in a house that we lived in when I was a kid. Our house was built on what used to be like war land. So we'd see, which sounds ridiculous, but we would see a little girl go from my mom's room into my bedroom.
That doesn't sound
and it scared the crap out of me. And I think that just did me.
Heck yeah. Trev, I'll tell you. I mean, not Trev. I was looking at Trev's name. RJ, I'll tell you a funny one. Okay, so we went to a graveyard. We used to go late at night and drive around in the dark and scare ourselves when we were like teenagers. Well, one time my best friend was in the back seat and we were driving through the graveyard real slow. And I would take pictures on my phone and see if I could see anything in the pictures. So I was concentrating, right? And I was in the passenger seat. He was behind me in the back seat, the passenger back seat. And my door swings would get, oh.
I'm not laughing at you. I apologize. Trev, thank you. Hello, Trev. We see you.
Hello, Trev. Hello. He came on laughing at me. He said he used the name Huggies last night with a diaper Huggies box picture because I was peeing my pants from laughing. He's crazy. But my friend, we were driving. It was dark. It was quiet. I was concentrating on taking a picture, and my friend reached around, opened his window and reached around and opened my door. And I thought it opened from the outside. I thought it flew open. Oh, my goodness gracious. Talk about scared. But it was just a joke. It was just a prank. But I love doing that stuff, driving around in the cemetery, taking pictures, seeing if you can find anything in the pictures. Oh, my God.
Oh, I've been to a few cemeteries, and I need to go back to a particular one. I kind of have some unfinished investigating that needs to go on. But they love it understand this, that when a person dies, their spirit stays with their body. They're waiting for their time to be called to heaven. If they're meant to go to hell, they go to hell. But they're waiting for their time to go to heaven. Just like if you're Christian, you're waiting for your time to go to heaven. Okay. So going to a cemetery can sometimes be a trip. Because if they realize that you can see them or perceive them, have you ever seen, what was his name? Craig Kelmer movie. I think it was he was a guy that was cheating on his wife, and long story short, he Trev Time, you're welcome to come up and join us.
Yes, tell us the story. Sorry, my daughter is walking.
Anyway, the movie was I can't remember the movie's name. I probably don't even think I have the right movie, but he had like a safe or a piano or an air conditioner or something like dropped on him from like 4 floors up or something like that. And it took him out, put it that way. And he became a spirit. And long story short, it's like that movie. If you ever see this movie, I can't remember the name of the movie. If a spirit realizes, if they don't know that you can see them and communicate with them, and all of a sudden it gets revealed to them, it's like one of the most powerful magnets in the world. And let me tell you, and I'm not trying to tell anybody this to gross them out or anything like that, they have no respect for boundaries.
The spirits?
Yes. They have no respect for boundaries.
What makes you say that? Now I'm curious. What happened?
I was doing my business in the bathroom.
Oh.
Like going to the bathroom. Okay.
Yeah.
And they walk in and start talking to me.
What?
It's like, come on.
They sound like a kid. That sounds like my kid.
It's just they want attention.
Yeah, they're lonely, huh? No.
So going back to true crime, what she was saying about the smoke, said my husband and I were standing under a street light, and at our old house, smoke came up to my face. And went straight up. He asked me if I saw that, and I said, "Oh God, yes." And I'm going in the house. It smelled like a cigarette. I was always a non-believer.
Well, that'll make you a believer, I guess. What do you say about that? About the smoke? What do you think?
It's just going to be a question. True crime and obsession. Did that house catch on fire? Something like that could be a premonition or a warning that there's something wrong and that it's going to result in a fire. I'm not a dream analysis. I'm not somebody that takes symbols and can say there's something else or anything like that. I would take it as legitimate as being like a premonition or a warning that something could happen or something's going on.
It couldn't have been a spirit around her that used to smoke and they were trying to tell her who they were, like that she smelled what they used to smell like. Does that make sense?
If it smelled like sulfur, That's actually like somebody like a myth type of thing that demonics will smell like sulfur, but that's actually true.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of ghost hunting people say that.
In my experience, that's true. But if it's just like smoke, like wood burning smoke or a cigarette smoke, I would say that's some sort of like premonition or warning.
That scares me because I'm always sitting in my bed and I will smell something like a bonfire, not like food burning. Okay, it smells like a bonfire, and I'll jump up and I'll run downstairs and I'll look everywhere, and it nothing's on fire. It scares me that you say that could be a premonition because there's no way I get all these animals out there on time.
And look who's here! It's Mr. Gettysburg Ghost.
Hey, yo, who said that was me?
Trev, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, RJ?
I'm doing good. Tonight's been a little bit of twist and turn and unexpectedly, and we're just having a de-stress night because there's just so much negative and energy and events happening with the hurricane in the Gulf about to land in Florida. We're just having a night for everybody just to de-stress and have a good night. I think everybody just needs it.
Heck yeah.
Did you see what Betty Smith is? That a joke or are they being for real? I got punched in the stomach by a witch. It hurt, but she didn't touch me.
So yeah, that can happen.
That's crazy.
There used to be a channel that doesn't exist any longer.
Hey, what?
There's a channel that doesn't exist any longer, and it's actually the second channel that I ever joined a panel or started talking on YouTube. Carrie, if she's still here, she'll be unfortunately the channel doesn't exist any longer. So Carrie, if she's still here, she'll be able to tell you that yes, this did happen. The woman was actually having problems with spirits.
On lives?
Yes, when she went live, she would get like hyperactivity. She had one day, she had a spirit come to her, and I told her in the chat to rebuke it.
Yeah.
Told it had to leave the whole 9 yards because I know myself, and I know that even if I'm watching like on YouTube a video, if something's going on, I can hear it, I can see it, I can visualize it, type of deal.
Did she tell it to?
She did after I told her what had happened to me. I was trying to read it because she was having problems with having control of her environment. And I was trying to help her out as best as I could.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this particular spirit did not like me trying to pick it up and trying to figure out what it was. It felt like I had gotten punched in the side of my head.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. It felt like I had gotten punched in the side of the head. And that's when I had warned her that she has got to get rid of that energy. It's not good. It's got to go.
Yeah, that's terrifying. That's an evil energy over there. Is she okay? Why'd the channel end?
It was just a whole nightmare. It was a situation where people, Trev, oh my goodness, really, Trev?
No.
It was just a whole nightmare situation where she had problems with people harassing her, basically. And then not only were they harassing her, it was that they were they basically consistently reported her to YouTube and got her channel ended on her.
Wait, the YouTube. Wait, what?
they you know who Three Dot Dave is?
Yeah.
He
We
runs with
definitely
a,
do.
he runs with a certain crew of people, and he was part of that crew of people that he runs around with YouTube with, or did back then, are the people that basically massively just filled YouTube inbox with complaints and reports on her
Oh.
channel, and they were always harassing her. It's why I'm was always kind of guarded. Your door back, camera. I was kind of always guarded around Three Dot Dave, because I knew who he was from the get go, and I was kind of watching out for you, TC Dumpling. But Trev, you said you had a story about a graveyard.
I understand what you're saying, RJ. I understand. No more words needed.
Mm-hmm. Trev, you said you had a story about a graveyard.
Oh, I do.
Let's hear it.
So it was a cold summer night. No, I'm just kidding. But no, my friend and I were visiting. So our friend, our high school classmate, was I don't know what I can say up here, pew-pewed. Her and her mom were pew-pewed to death. Very sad incident. And so we went up and we'd go visit her grave like all the time. And we went up there one time at night. Why? Only God knows. So we're sitting out there, and she's like in a mausoleum because she's actually buried with her mom. So, but there's a graveyard behind it. So we're sitting up there, and then we're like at the back end of the mausoleum where the graveyard, where the cemetery starts, and it's just dark as all get out. We're standing there talking, and then this four-legged creature, this like silhouette, this black thing, just comes running. And it's not any kind of animal that ever has existed to human mankind.
Is that a joke, or you being dead serious?
I am being so serious. If I had a Bible, my right hand would be on it, but I don't because I'm holding my phone. But listen, this thing comes running after us, right by us, and it hisses. And it's like a demon. So you know what I did? I grabbed my flashlight and went and tried to find it. I don't know where it went.
And that's what I would have done too.
I was walking through the cemetery. I was like, where is this thing? I'm so serious. It was like running on all fours. And it hissed at us. I was like, what'd I do to you?
It was a demon. It hissed. It was a demon. It was demon black. Yeah. Right, RJ?
Black is not necessarily demonic. Black is just a silhouette. Different demons or different entities, I'll put it that way, can represent being evil.
Running
without experiencing it myself, it's a needle in a haystack type of situation. I don't doubt that this happened from Trev. You could hear it in his voice. It happened. But to figure out what it is, it's like more, I'd have to really experience it in that type of situation. Honestly, the worst figure I've ever came across, knock on wood.
I'm going
yeah, it is a shadow person.
Okay, yeah.
Well, did you say you wanted to experience it yourself? I can go out right now and we can see if he's still there.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll have to set it up another time.
I'll go right now and just turn on my camera and we'll watch them together.
We'll have to set it up another time. I'm getting tired.
I'm out.
We'll have to set something up about that another time. I'll be more than happy. I'm totally into that.
Oh, no worries. I was absolutely joking.
Yeah, he was kidding.
You don't want to go back, huh?
Oh, I'll go back up there and see her grave, but not to find Mr. Demon Man. He is long gone. He got a train to Houston. He's out of here.
I didn't know.
Yeah, a shadow person. A shadow person is actually very terrifying because of usually when they show up, it's a lot of turmoil is involved. A shadow person, if you have ever heard of a description of one, it's a person wearing a derby hat and a long trench coat. and all you see is a silhouette of a person.
Dude, I saw one of those on the side of the road by McDonald's. I'm so serious.
And usually when they show up, it usually means a lot of financial ruin, relationship issues.
You're joking.
It can actually mean death for a person in really bad circumstances. But a shadow person is a bad omen. And they're tough to get rid of.
Your trip.
Well, I'm less proud that I saw one then, I guess. I take it back.
So they actually wear hats and a trench?
Yes. Yes.
Now, there was
That's
some guy
actually
that
what they look like.
Now, there was some guy with the trench coat on the side of the road, and it was very weird. I was like, bro, what are you doing? And he kind of sent half that stuff into play that you just said, besides the death part. So, I mean, I don't know.
The death part is extreme circumstances.
Okay.
The first two are more likely.
That's scary. I wouldn't dream about a shadow person or not.
No, you're not. No.
Okay.
They don't appear. They don't appear in your dreams. They hide behind doors and corners of rooms, and it's like it's if you're in a room with no lights on.
Hey, yo, what?
This figure will be darker and more, and you'll be able to see it, even though you're in a room with no light.
Oh. Let me go ahead and turn the lights on.
Poor Huntress.
I'll sleep with the lamp on.
Huntress, I'm not doing this to scare you. I promise.
No, I'm just kidding.
This is
I'm
just
fine.
demonology. You can look these things up online.
I'm okay. I'll probably.
Honestly, the picture says it all. I'm just flabbergasted to the extreme.
What?
I said my picture says it all. Flabbergasted to the extreme.
Oh, I couldn't
That's what it
read it.
says.
I was trying to read it. I couldn't see it.
Oh, Trev, if you want to be flabbergasted,
Oh no.
ask Huntress and TCC Dumpling what happened before you came into the chat tonight.
So,
True Crime Obsession was saying that her brother-in-law had passed away and that he was messing with her. And she was like, listen, I love you, but you need to stop because you're scaring me. And RJ said, it's something about something on the right side of your desk sitting there that used to be his. And that's what he was using that scared you. And she said, yes. And he said they were blocking what it was, kind of like they wanted her to reveal what it was. And she said an oil can for her sewing. And it was on the right side of her desk and it was his. And he was moving it.
oh no.
And that's what scared her.
Oh, wow. Were you scared Trev time away?
He said, what did he say? What
He's
did he
like, oh no.
Oh, that was funny. I was trying to explain it. I was trying to. Oh, that was funny. Oh no, click.
Showtime, come back.
He said, I'm not messing with this guy. He said, no, Pam, I'm out.
Showtime, come back. There's an explanation for that, though.
Come listen to his explanation before we have to get off here, Trev. That's funny. That reminded me of, I have two messengers. I have my, like my personal name one and my dumpling one. And I'll be on a call on one and someone will message me on like my dumpling one and I want to check it and I'll switch.
Oh, truck time. Come back. Seriously, come back a minute.
Well, I always switch messengers in the middle of a call, and I realize what I did, and I'm yelling, "No, wait!" And then it ends right as I'm screaming, "Wait!" trying to stop it. You knowing darn well you can't stop it. These cats are about to drive me crazy. All right, RJ, you said you were getting tired. I'm about. Oh no, I was gonna-
Nah, buddy. Nah, buddy.
Okay, I'll listen to your explanation first, but I gotta turn my camera off and get these cats down.
So, drive time. There's a part of me that I have some, let's say, psychic ability, and I don't. I try my best to keep it separate from true crime. But it's using a spirit box or using that site. It's an interesting tool. Just as investigation, and anything I've put forward when it comes to relate to Summer Wells or any other true crime story, I've never used that as my only piece of information. I've always used provable information. I have a another channel that I had started, and it is going to be focused on that kind of paranormal thing. And we just happen to have gotten on to that topic tonight about paranormal. And like I said no agenda for tonight. Anything's open for discussion. It just happened to come about that we got talking about that. And let's just say it was basically True Crime Obsession's brother-in-law that came to me, even though he is unalived, going by YouTube's policies and things like that. And he was telling me about that, but about that, the object, as he was putting it to me. And it was more of, to me, he was telling me it's the location more than it is what it is. But it was something that True Crime Obsession needed to hear tonight. It is more than anything else of what happened. I don't expect everybody to accept that kind of thing. And that's why I do try my best to separate that and keep that. And that's going to be on its own separate channel. But it just coincidentally that had just come out tonight.
You okay, Trevor?
Kind of wild.
Yeah, the cats didn't go anywhere, by the way.
Really? No way.
All right, RJ, I'm gonna hop down and get my daughter in bed. She's still playing around in the shower.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to go myself in just another moment or two. I'm going to say goodnight. But Trap Time, I promise you're safe. Don't worry. It's going to be on its own separate channel. It just happened to come forward tonight, and we're talking about paranormal things tonight. So it was coincidental.
If I have to kickbox Slenderman tonight, I'm coming after you.
Oh, Slenderman! Oh, please. Oh, your cat does not like your glasses, TC Dumpling.
She's
Door.
taking. Sorry, my daughter's
no,
walking on me.
No, you're fine. That's why I was saying door.
RJ, if you got like the psychic thing, I'm gonna need you to let me know if I'm gonna end up alone. That's my big question right now. I need you to find that out for me.
Oh no, you're not.
That's not Trap Time. That's not my.
I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
If you wanted a tarot reading, honestly, go see Ziggy.
Hey, I'm just joshing.
Hey, is she good at it? Is she legit?
She's good. She's good.
I've never seen her do that.
It's she has a secondary channel that she does it on. It's called Empress Ziggy.
It's called what? Sorry.
Empress Ziggy.
Empress?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just playing RJ, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't expect everybody to accept that's a reality that I live with. If you understand that point. I'm just saying, want to make it clear that it's an interesting investigative tool, but I don't ever take what I find out through those methods to be an answer. I always go with what I can back up with facts. If coincidentally they match each other, then so be it. Oh,
right. True.
Trap time binoculars. Okay.
I have to look now. I'm on the hunt. I got to keep my eyes open. Got to keep them peeled.
It's like I'm looking for that four-legged crawling, hissing thing.
No, that thing was moving. There's no way it's even in the country anymore.
Oh my!
You'd be surprised.
It's in the woods. Never mind. I'll be quiet.
I don't know.
Real
All right,
Rocky
good night,
Robin.
y'all.
Have a good
RJ,
night, Dumpling.
Thank you for letting me come up.
Absolutely, anytime.
I'm
Bye.
gonna hop down too so I can get my wild child in the bed.
Have a good night. Huntress,
See y'all
have a good night.
later. Mommy.
Let's see. I was asked a question here in the chat. Let's see here. Real Rock and Robin. So is that what I trip over in thin air? Shadow people? No, they won't trip you. They actually want very little to no interaction with you. They just cause a lot of turmoil in your life. I've had on the unfortunate of being interacting with a few of them. They love to cuss me out, but they've never done anything but cuss me out. They'll call me every single name in the book. And usually when you tell them to leave, they leave. True Crime Obsession, you don't have to thank me, but I appreciate you doing so. Yes, turmoil. The relationship issues, the financial issues, turmoil. Like I've heard stories of them causing bankruptcy. Oh, Trev, am I freaking you out?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
This is interesting. I'm just a jokester. See, I respect it. I mean, I don't know about all that stuff, but like, I respect you. I'm just too much of a jokester.
Yeah, I've actually had experiences with paranormal ever since I was a toddler, as I was explaining earlier. And to me, it was like I had an imaginary friend, but the imaginary friend never left. It was a spirit guide, if you're familiar with that type of thing.
Mm.
And I've just always have had some unique experiences and an understanding of different things that most people don't.
Definitely.
Trev's an awesome guy. Really, he is. To have the passion he has for, and Trev, please don't take offense to this, for being the age he is, and to have the passion for missing people, not just Summer, missing people, and wanting to get the information out there and make sure that the information is solid, concrete truth. We need more people like Trev.
Yeah, I appreciate that, RJ. We need more people like you. You bring truth to the table as well, and when you bring up these cases, it makes sense because you bring up you talk about the maps, talk about the facts. You make discussion off of intelligent conversations, and that's very much appreciated when you have some people that just kind of throw stuff against the wall and hope it sticks.
Right. That's like a thing to me. To me, looking at a map and understanding and studying a map tells so much. It's like let's just not look at Summer Wells for a moment, but like Michael Vaughn, with where he lived, there are so many opportunities to get out of state so quick. You have to sit there and look at the map and sit there and go, why is this not a reality? Why is this? What is it that's drawing you to this location, or makes you say? Because when you study these cases, you see patterns,
Right?
And I'm sure you picked up on that.
Mm-hmm.
and it's a process of elimination, and you got to go with always the Occam's razor of explanations.
Right.
At least that's my personal mantra, I guess, or way I'd go about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, when it's logic based, it usually ends up being not necessarily 100% right, but you're usually on the right track if you're following, the facts and the logic and the patterns. And you're not just veering off into left field, throwing out the craziest conspiracy you could think of.
Right, exactly. And that's why I keep saying that with Summer Wells, that the priceless parking lot of all the events that happened that day, priceless parking lot is what troubles me the most.
Mm-hmm.
It was only 81-degree high at the time that I believe the time frame works out that they would have been there.
Yeah.
But you take out other factors of a closed-up vehicle, blacktop parking lot, all those other factors, and you have a dangerous situation for a child Summer's age.
Yeah, well, see, what caught me up with that was, if I remember correctly, there was a very big distinction in stories of how long they spent in that store. I think it was between what Hunter and what Candace said. Their recollection of how long the shopping was very different. And why is that something that's going to differ? That's a very small detail that shouldn't have to change.
Right. And again, it's one of those things where the time frame that Candace and Candy, or Grandis, however you want to phrase it, I personally don't care. I just refuse to call her by her current channel name, Candace, of course.
Yeah.
We found out very early on that it definitely was not 10-15-minute trip.
Right.
You had complications of potentially Candy being in a leg, I would believe, a immobilizer is what she would have been in.
Mm-hmm.
You had a line at the store, at the register, that was about 10-15 minutes by itself. And what didn't take very long for it to come out that it was more like 45 minutes to 55 minutes, close maybe an hour, that they were actually in the store.
Yeah, and see, that makes more sense anyway. I mean, like, you're going in there to get a decent amount of stuff. You're not going to be in there for 10 minutes in any kind of store, especially one that's like a full or whatever, like a size grocery store like that. You're not in like Walgreens where everything's so close.
Right, exactly.
Like, you run into CVS and get stuff, and the aisles are like packed together. Everything's pretty close. But you go into like a full store, and it's spread out.
Miss Justice, yes, Leroy. But no, exactly. And no, and that priceless location is not like, you live in Tennessee, so let's say it's not Winn-Dixie, or I'm sorry, it's not Kroger.
Right.
Kroger's. That's a pretty big size grocery store. This is probably about half the size of Kroger's.
Right.
And so, but it still would take a bit of time to go through and get the items that they did. Now, granted, they didn't go. I don't believe they went up and down every single aisle, but they still had to take their time. Have you ever had to wear a leg immobilizer?
Yeah, I sprained my PCL once and had to be in one.
So it goes groin to ankle. And there's no flexibility. It slows you down. And True Crime Obsession, yes, I do listen to Carrie. For as much as I do know about Summer Wells, Carrie knows 10 times as much as I do. So I'd be a fool not to listen to her. Now, we don't always agree, but I do listen to her. Sorry, I was just reading what was going on in the chat there for a moment.
No, you're good.
Oh no, I'm just giving you an example of Carrie knowing quite a bit when it comes to Summer Wells, and that I do listen to her. But Trev, I even though I think I kind of shocked you a little bit, I appreciate talking with you.
Always.
It's been I've had a good night, de-stressing, relaxing. Where I live, I had to have my kitchen torn apart today for plumbing issue and put back together. So it's been a stressful day to me as well. And I haven't been on in a while. So I was like, that's just a sign that we just need to have a de-stress night, and just with everything else that's going on, just come in here and let's just talk tonight.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely needed that too. I always appreciate a good chill conversation,
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night because I got to get up in the morning and work. Today was a day off and I'm not on vacation, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Oh, I won't be on vacation until the end of September.
I'm starting back to school this week, so I got class in the morning.
I actually, and this is no brag, it's just the company I work for. I get 3 weeks of vacation time in a year.
There you go. Heck yeah.
So I take 1 week of vacation. Like I took a week of vacation for my birthday. I take a week of vacation right before it's our busy season. And then I'll take a couple days off in November, December, like Mondays I'll take off or something to use up the rest of my vacation time. And I'll have a bunch of 3-day weekends and whatnot.
There you go.
Just the way my schedule works out. Or I can wait till hold some of that time over till January and take some in January too.
Right.
But anyway, so I need to go ahead, and the reason I'm saying all that is I do need to go ahead and get to bed. I've actually been sleeping very well lately, but I've been going to bed like 9-10 o'clock at night. So this is actually late for me recently. But I want to thank you for joining me, and you are welcome to come up and join me anytime.
I appreciate it, RJ, and same goes for you. Hopefully going to be back more consistent with my shows in the near future, but I appreciate you having me up, and hope you have a great night.
Absolutely.
All right, see you.
Thank you for coming up. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Pen 1010, I appreciate you live. I need something besides true crime. Pen 1010, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much. I didn't send an agenda tonight, just like my title said. No agenda. No topic. No nothing. Except for what I did at the beginning. I had to say that. But I'm glad we had an awesome night tonight. Very relaxed. I enjoyed talking with y'all. Maybe this is something we're going to do more often. Maybe not so much what I told True Crime Obsession, but just have a chill night. Anyway, hope you all have a good night. This is Conversations with Living with RJ. It's 11:25 here on the East Coast. Do you know where your kids are tonight? No matter how old or how young they are, give them an extra hug. If you can't give them an extra hug, send them a text message. Make a phone call to them. You never, ever know how important that could be to that person. Have a good night, all. I'm out.